Revelation 9:12. Here's what it says. Revelation chapter 9, verse 12. The first woe is past. Behold, there are coming yet 2 woes after these things. The awful character of these 3 woe trumpets is seen from what we are told of the first. The mighty forces of heaven and hell are gathering for the final conflict. We have here some of the early staging or the outpost work, which gives an indication of what is to follow. Almighty God himself will lead on his own great army. Let's turn to Joel 2:11. Joel 2:11, here's what it says. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? On the other hand, one of Satan's superior officers, the angel of the abyss, Abaddon, leads forth this great division and forms part of the satanic force to be brought against the King of Kings. All is clear and simple and plain if we read this as one of a series of literal judgments which is to take place in the day of the Lord, as literal and real as were the plagues of Egypt. By not realizing that these plagues in the prophecy of Revelation are literal, it is no wonder that most Bible students have given the whole book up in despair of ever understanding it. Look, what God says is plain enough. He does not ask us to understand it. He asks us to believe it. And this, by God's help, we mean to do. He has also promised us a blessing if we do this. But man asks us to choose from his babble of interpretation and gives up, instead of a blessing, only the curse of confusion. So we want none of that. All right. The 6th trumpet, or the second woe, and the second woe. The 6th or second woe trumpet is set forth with more detail than any of the others. No less than 33 verses being devoted to its description. Now, like the 5th trumpet or first woe, it is distinguished from the first 4 by being introduced by a voice. In the former, in the 5th trumpet, it was the voice of an eagle flying in mid-heaven. Now, in this one, the 6th trumpet, it is the voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar which is before God. Coming from this altar, it seems to say that we have here the continuation of the answer to the prayers of Revelation 6:10. Let's tie it together. So, coming from the 4 horns, the direction goes forth to the 4 quarters of the earth. The literal fulfillment of this judgment, interpreters will not have at any price. It is altogether too much to ask them to believe it. They say it is excessive and an unnatural symbolism. Well, of course it is unnatural, simply because it is supernatural. So we believe it is.